Welcome in, guys. I am Cameron Halbert, also known as No Sleeves, and today we are going to bring you Finland versus Germany. It'll be the final matchup of day number 1 of our semifinals here with the IIHF 2020 Esports Fan Championship. I couldn't be more excited about it, and thank you guys for tuning in, as I will be calling all of the action on the English broadcast. Exclamation mark info in the chat as well for the other broadcasts in different languages, and I'm super excited for all of my colleagues and whatnot in what should be a very, very good matchup here. Obviously, we've got one of the powerhouse nations in NHL esports with Finland, obviously with Rota D and one of the most known players on the planet in our game, Eki. They will be taking on the German team of Venom and Timothy. Obviously, they are going to have an uphill battle here against the Finns, but who knows, guys? Let's take a quick peek at how we got here. Finland versus Germany. The 2019 gold medalist in the Finns look to defend their title on the virtual ice in the quarterfinals, as the duo of Eki and Rhoda D had an impressive first-round matchup and dominated their way into the second round. They will go up against the German duo in Timothy and Venom, looking to move on into the Final Four. The heavy favorites in Rhoda D and Eki for the Finns were able to dispatch the Great Britain squad of Martindale and Sean in relatively easy fashion with a combined score of 27-6. Eki, who has been one of the most dominant players in the entire world in NHL for the last 2 years, was his normal self, winning by a combined score of 16-4 in his 2 matches versus Sean. Rhoda D, on the other hand, handled Martindale, who was to be the more difficult of the 2 opponents, was able to win by a score of 11-2 as they moved on into the quarterfinals. The Germans had a little bit more of a stiffer competition in Denmark, as Timothy was able to beat Vibholm in their first matchup 3-2, however then lost 4-3 in their second game. It was Venom who was able to beat Paul Christensen 5-0 and 3-0, who really solidified their first round matchup. It'll be a role reversal for the Germans in the second round, as Venom, who did not allow a goal in his first round matchups, will have to take on one of the most dominant players in the entire tournament in Eki. Timothy will then have to face off against Rota D on PlayStation, and he'll have to hope to have the best performance of his NHL career if the Germans are going to stand a chance to take down the Finnish powerhouse. Even though the Finland duo is the heavy favorites going into this matchup, they will have a tougher time versus the Germans. Will the Germans be able to play spoiler and knock out one of the tournament's heavy favorites and move on to the semifinals? So guys, again, like I had mentioned, it obviously is going to be a bit of, an underdog story here for the Germans, but let's not say, get into all that first. I want to bring you up to speed on the bracket currently, as we are into the quarterfinal round. We'll bring that up here. This is updated as on the broadcast prior to this one. You did get the matchup between Russia and Norway. I have to give a shout out to my colleagues, Nick and F5 Penguin, as they did a fantastic job as always on the call. Russia moving on, so the winner of today's matchup between Finland and Germany will move on to face Russia in the semifinals. On the other side, those 2 quarterfinal matchups will take place tomorrow in Canada and Slovakia, and Sweden and the Czech Republic. So, again, let's talk about these 2 squads with Rota D and Eki in Finland first. They played Great Britain in that first round. Obviously, it was a David versus Goliath kind of story, much like this one, only I have to give credit to Germany. They are going to offer a stiffer competition. Rhoda D went 2-0 in his matchups against Martindale with a goal differential of +9. Eki in his went 2-0 with 16-4 as his goal differential against Sean en route to their 4-0 sweep, and obviously did dominate the Brits in that matchup. I do need to mention, we'll talk about the format in just a little bit as well. In Germany's first round matchup, they played Denmark, And the Danes had a bit of a, offered up a bit stiffer competition in that one. Timothy went up against Vibholm, who is one of the better, EU players in the 1v1 space. He went 1-1 against Vibholm and was a 0 goal differential as they went 6-6 in that goal differential series. Venom, on the other hand, took out Christensen by scores of 5-0 and 3-0 to give him an 8 goal differential en route to a 2-0 win there. I do need to mention the format, however, again, as it will be the same thing that you've always seen so far throughout the tournament. If you're new here, basically what will happen is the PlayStation 4 side, they will play 2 games against each other. The Xbox side will play 2 games against each other as well. You'll combine all the score and goal totals for each game, and whoever has the higher goals in the aggregate series, they will be the ones to move on to play Russia. So how it's going to work in this one, you also are able to choose any nation that you want to use in game. You're still representing Finland and Germany in this matchup, but you will see a bit of a different scenario in game. So to make the competition fair and the teams that you're using, essentially what happened was throughout the first 3 rounds, so the round of 16, quarterfinals, and semifinals, you were not allowed to use a team more than once. So in the first round, in Finland's matchup against Great Britain, they used the Russians, so they are no longer able to use Russia until the finals, in which you can choose whatever team you want in NHL 20 for this. Germany, however, in that first round, they used Canada. So they did not use Canada. They used I believe they used the U.S. because today what we'll see here is in this matchup, if we go and take a look, it'll be Canada versus the U.S. in this one. So Finland will be using the United States and Germany will be using Canada, which, offers up, some great potential matches, but both of these nations in this game are rated similar. So we will see how that plays out. And, so far throughout the series, guys, or this tournament, I have personally seen some of the best matchups so far. In that first round on Friday, I believe it was Slovakia and Latvia, and we saw a series go down to the final 20 seconds before Slovakia held on to their win, and then we got to see that great Canada versus USA matchup. Is the final matchup in the round of 16, and that was one of the better series that we're probably going to see. But nonetheless, I'm excited for today as we are going to see, again, Finland versus Germany. The first matchup, again, will be the PlayStation 4 side. It will be Rota D versus Timothy. And Timothy, one of the better players, especially in Germany. So, he will offer a stiffer competition than what Rota D faced in the first round. We'll see how that matchup will play out, as he is going to have to play the best series, he has ever played, really, to give Germany a shot. And then on the Xbox side, they will play the second game and the fourth game in the series. It'll be Eki versus Venom, and obviously this one is, heavily in favor of Eki and the Finns. Venom is going to have his hands full in this one. He has got to hope to just keep the score close. Again, guys, even if you are losing in this, it does not really, dictate the entire series, as you could win 3 games in this series, but if that fourth game is a, 6 or 7-0 blowout, you could actually win based on your aggregate score. So we'll see how that plays out. Again, earlier today, we did see Russia defeat Norway by an aggregate score of 15-11, as Bacon offered a little bit of a comeback for the Norwegians there, and great series for them. So Russia will play the winner of this series. Again, for tomorrow, guys, for the programming note, I want to mention that tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern time, as I'm on the English broadcast, the Eastern time noon will be Sweden versus the Czech Republic, and then at 3 p.m. this time tomorrow, you will see Canada versus Slovakia, and in that one, you are going to see Lady Brunette and Phenomen take on Josh Fearless and Nuke. That'll be an interesting matchup. Again, another David and Goliath scenario, as it does look like the Canadians and the Swedes are kind of on this collision course in the semifinals, but hey, there has been upsets in this tournament, and we might see one today. Again, the first matchup we are going to see will be Rota D versus Timothy, coming up in just a few minutes. But let's just take a quick break, guys, and we'll be back with game number 1 of Finland and Germany. Sorry, guys. So again, guys, you will see again with the format and how it's working. You are going to see, different nations use different teams. So today, again, you are going to see Finland be using Team USA, Germany using Canada. The one thing that I do need to mention with the strategy of this in the first 3 rounds, you can only use a team once. Do need to mention that Finland has saved Canada. So in the semifinals, if they were to win this game and go up against Russia, they will have Canada, making it that much more difficult for Russia, as again, Finland is the heavy favorite going on this right side of the bracket. And here again, I'll show you and bring that up, as you will see the winner of this one go up against Russia, who did just defeat Norway earlier today. They will take on Serge and Mahoney in the next round, whoever were to win this. And again, we need to talk about just this matchup quickly. Rota D and Timothy is who we are going to see first. And again, it is going to be, very, very difficult for the Germans to move on after this round, as Finland is, again, one of the most dominant pairings, not only, in this game, but in this tournament by far. And he's going to have to keep it close. I think in this one, we saw in the Canadian series earlier, it featured 4 of the best players in the world. And in that series, Josh and Nuke actually got down by 5 goals as an aggregate, as it's a combined score of all of your 4 games. And they were able to come back, but against Rota D and Eki, with, their immense skill and the fact that they're the favorites, it's going to be really hard to have one of those games where you win 5-0 or 4-0 to kind of get back and fight off a slow start. So I'm curious to see how Venom and Timothy play it, specifically in the first 2 games. I think this game is going to be one of the most important. But guys, we are about to get underway here with game number 1. It will be Timothy versus Rhoda D, guys, on the PlayStation. And let's get right into it. And again, guys, you will see in the bottom right here, you will see their gamer tags on your screen with the numbers beside it. That will indicate their total aggregate score. Again, if you are up 3-0 in this game, it does not necessarily mean you're winning anything other than that game specifically. The combined goal total is what we are looking for. So let's get underway with puck drop, as it will be the Finns in the whites with Rota D, and it will be the Germans using Team Canada's reds. As here we go, as Timothy using Connor McDavid streaks in. He's got a chance towards the net. Back to Crosby, fires it on, and Bishop with the save. Rota D will hold on to that one. And like I mentioned earlier, it is going to be very difficult, for the Germans to win this series regardless, but a strong start, or at least keeping it as close as possible, is going to be paramount. So if they were able to get the first couple goals in this game, if Timothy's able to, kind of fight through this and fight the nerves and keep Rota D to a low score here, it's going to be huge, as the next game is going to be that much bigger, as Eki will take on Venom. But a quick chance there for Rota D, and here goes Timothy the other way, again, using Team Canada. The Germans will be using Canada. With a one-timer from the point, is Monahan will send that out of play. You might see here some forwards on defense, as some line tinkering has been done to get that better shot from the point. Again, just another strategy element added to this tournament. 4 minutes in, here's Pietrangelo from the point. Timothy threatening with Mackinnon on net, and that one doesn't go. Some good chances early here for Timothy. Rota D with Goudreau, using that speed, but a good stick at the blue line will force an offside. Chat, tell me who you think. Do you think that in this game specifically, Timothy versus Rota D, you think it's going to be a close game? Do you think Germany might pull off the upset here, or will Rota D move on before game 2? As a draw here, win in the neutral zone with Shabbat. Timothy sends it up to Tavares. He's into the zone. Shabbat, quick pass to Stamkos, gets it on, and another save early for Ben Bishop. Great start so far for Timothy. I have to say, I'm quite impressed. He's definitely the more aggressive of the two, and he's going to have to be in this series. 5 minutes after the first, with Pietrangelo, fires one on, rebound to Stamkos, and that one can't get anything on it. Is a great chance they are Riley with it now. Timothy threatening in game number 1. Back to the point to Pietrangelo. He's got the puck, walks to Stamkos. The face-off dot, that one will be blocked. And Rota D will break out of the zone. But a good stick in the neutral zone again is a turnover there. And Timothy right back into the offensive zone. Tavares now back to Riley. At the point here, he weaves back and forth. A good stick from Rota D, but he's going to collect the puck again. Backhand attempt is knocked free. Here goes Gensel now, breaking out of the zone. Pavelski with it. Tries to reverse the pass. Stamkos might have a partial break. Here's Timothy with Team Canada. Nice move in. Can't get the pass across, though, and another good defensive play by Rota D. Turned over in the neutral zone. Hall right back in. Timothy with it. Brings it on his backhand. It's in the crease, and it'll be cleared out again. Timothy really impressive here in game number 1. Here's Rota D, though. First offensive chance he's got. Passes it back. That doesn't go. That's Hall now with it. Hall has it. Into the zone. On his backhand to Duchesne. That one gets blocked. Sagan with it. Back to Hall. Hall down low to Sagan. Here's Hall again. Back to Burns. Burns walks in from the point on the backhand. Timothy again using the red Team Canada jerseys with Team Canada. Rota D using the Finns as he will look to change his lines. Timothy again with that 1-2-2 neutral zone pressure. It's a good stick there as they fight for it. Rota D will come up with the puck. Back to the point to Gauss to spare. His first real chance in the offensive zone. Gauss to spare with it. 6 minutes remaining in the first. Shively now right out of the zone. And Timothy, again, far more impressive in this opening period. Timothy with it. Behind the net he goes. Back out in front. Duchesne will have that knocked off his stick. And Shively collects it down low again. Now he walks along the boards. Back to Burns, and that one will be offside. And again, I see some questions in the chat. Again, guys, if you haven't caught up with this, again, for the first 3 rounds, You can only use one country or a country once before the finals. In the finals, anything goes. So Finland has used Russia and the U.S., whereas Germany has used U.S. and Canada. There's a shot on goal there. So wrister there doesn't go. Rota D having a hard time breaking it out of his zone. And the neutral zone play of Timothy has been fantastic so far. As again, he can't get into the zone as that gap control. The middle of the ice has been spot on so far for Timothy. But again, the big thing here is that Timothy is going to have to build up a little bit of a lead here for any chance, as you have to expect Eki to put up some points against Venom in that second game. Backdoor play to Mackinnon. That one doesn't go. Crosby with it now. Down low behind the net. Walks out in front, and that one will be intercepted. Here goes Pavelski. Over to Gensel now. Backs into the zone. Pavelski now with it. Over to Wheeler, intercepted. Shabbat now with it, but he can't get it out clearly. Rota D now, threatening late in the first period. The play has been all Timothy early, but can Rota D sneak out of the first period with a lead? Orensky tries to get it down low, intercepted, and Mcdavid now going the other way. Here's Shabbat into the zone. That one will be intercepted, reversed out, and here goes Kessel now. There's a good stick there by Timothy, can't get him free. And that'll do it for the first period. Again, an impressive showing for the Germans in Timothy so far, as it'll end 0-0 after 1. Here we go, guys. What's going on, Eagle Eyes? You guys in the chat, thank you for tuning in. I am No Sleeves 12 on the call here, the English broadcast, !info, if you are looking for another language's broadcast. I believe it is in Finland and Germany as well. Sorry, Finnish and German as well. Pietrangelo with it to Mcdavid. He's going to get across the line to Crosby now. Timothy, again, right back to his offensive aggressiveness here. But Rota D now looking to break out. Intercepted, though, at the blue line. A saucer pass to Crosby, and Timothy's right back in. Partial break here. Tries to get across, and a great diving stop there to intercept that. Timothy now behind the net. A shot out in front for Crosby, and that one's going to be saved by Bishop. Bishop coming up big here so far for Rota D, but now he's got a partial break. Sends it to Matthews, fires it on. And Carey Price making his first big save of the game here in the second period. Mcdavid now into the zone. Back to Pietrangelo. He fires one on. Another good block here for Rota D. These guys have played a very, very good defensive game, but Timothy with definitely the advantage so far. Timothy now using Team Canada. Big hit there. Rota D on the transition. Back to Larkin. Here's Goudreau. Fires it on. Weak shot is saved. And Price will hold. 14 minutes remaining in the second period. Timothy has played good, but he definitely needs to bury. I totally agree, Profane. There's a jump there. He's going to have Rota D with the possession in the offensive zone. Back to Gensel, and that one's read well. And Timothy the other way. Straight lines out of the zone. Back to Shively. He walks in. Tries the tap pass backdoor, but that one's intercepted. Suter to Gensel now. He's met by Burns, but he steps around him. Here's Rota D. Can he get one on net? He can't. Forced to the outside. Now with Shattenkirk. To the right of the left of the goal. Huberdeau can't get that one out either. Back to Suter from the point. He rips one wide. Gensel will collect that on the rebound. Gensel behind the net now. Rota D threatening. Trying to score the first goal of this game and this series. Monahan over to Huberdeau. Sends that one over. It's intercepted, and Suter will be tripped, and Rota D will get his first power play opportunity. We'll see if he can strike first. And again, Timothy really impressive here in this first game, this opening matchup between Finland and Germany, but nothing to show for it yet. As a one-timer off the draw by Kessel is robbed by Carey Price. Behind the net now. Kessel again looking for that backdoor play, but he's held up. Weber, good defensive play there. As Hall sends that to O'Reilly. Great play by Timothy. Can he get free? Oh, what a move. He's in, and a good stick check to avoid that one, as he was trying to walk right through everyone. Minute remains on the power play. Here's Rota D. Oh, and a good block by Timothy there, as that one looked to be in. Kessel now back out in front, and Larkin will be robbed, as it's a defensive battle between these two in game number 1 of Finland versus Germany. Ten minutes remaining. Halfway through game number 1, no score yet. Rota D. Back and forth he goes. Bumped off the puck. Can he get it? Now he has it with Duchesne. Sends that to Shabbat. Over to Duchesne. Back to Burns. Burns into the zone. Sends that in down low. Gauss barrel intercept. Here goes Matthews the other way. Can he get by? He does. Here's Kane. Rota D bumped off the puck by Burns there. They fight for it at the blue line. Gauss is buried and tight, and Eichel will be stopped at the goal line. Shabbat now. Sauces that one, but a great read by Rota D on that breakout. Now here comes the offensive pressure from Rota D. O'Reilly now with it. He gets into the zone. Good break in. Here's Shively. Oh, what a toe drag. He's in tight. Rebound is saved as well as Bishop comes up with a huge one. Both of these goaltenders have been fantastic. Back to Shively. He walks in from the point. On the backhand, tries to go backdoor. But that one will get knocked off his own player, and Bishop will hold. Not to be undersold. Timothy, one of the top players in Germany in 1v1. So it's not completely out of the realm of possibility that this matchup will be up in the air, as he's played fantastic here in game number 1 against Rota D. Mackinnon, back and forth he goes. Weaves in on the backhand. Good time on attack here as he cycles. Crosby to Mackinnon. Back to Pietrangelo to Crosby. On the backhand to Riley. Fires one on. That one will get kicked into the corner, but a rebound here. Timothy with it again. Back out in front is Crosby. He'll miss the net on a one-timer in the slot. Tough break there for Timothy as he had a great look. Rota D now on the transition. He's bumped off the puck. And here goes Timothy the other way. Across the line, but a great stick there. We'll have that puck knocked free as Rota D will change lines. As now he gets across the line here on the backhand. He spins around in the neutral zone. Pacioretty fires one on blocker's side, and that goes wide. Mackinnon now with it to Mcdavid. He looks to break out now. He does. Nice sauce to Mackinnon. Two of the fastest players in the world. Couldn't get by there. Besser to Shattenkirk. Over to Pacioretty now. Rota D on the transition. Holds it wide. Back to Besser. Oh, and he tries to hit Miller backdoor, but that's intercepted again. 1 minute remaining in the second period, and it's a 0-0 game. I don't know if we've seen one slow scoring this late into the game. Shabbat now. He's at the point to Crosby. Free. Back to Shabbat. Weber lets one go. Blocked by his own man, though. Looking for that tip in front, and that'll do it for period number 2. Great battle from these guys as Timothy has really controlled play, giving the Germans an opportunity here. Again, like I said before this started, Venom and Timothy had to keep this series close to give themselves a shot. Against Rota D and Eki, it's going to be almost impossible to have a gigantic game in the back half of this series to come back. So Timothy has done his job so far, but you have to think that he's disappointed about the score here as he has really controlled play. Crosby now backs into the zone. He waits for the trailer to O'Reilly. Doesn't shoot, though, as he's bumped free. Kane now with the puck. Rota D spins free. Kane now with it. As Matthews looks for a lane as he changes lines. Almost a costly turnover. Now there is one. Here's Mcdavid. Walks in. Timothy. Oh, and he tries to hit Mcdavid on the back door. Crosby on the back door, but he can't get it free. Down low into the corner. Here's Mackinnon. Back to Mcdavid. Threatening again. Keeps it in. Oh, what a play to keep it in. Mcdavid now. Timothy using Team Canada. Looking for the first goal in this game and series. And a great read by Rota D on that cycle. Crosby tries a back pass. Intercepted. And another one, though, is picked off. Back in the neutral zone, and Timothy has done a fantastic job at the blue line, just not allowing any clean and easy zone entries for Rota D. As now he gets in, and he just misses that short side wrister. Here goes Mackinnon across the line, weaving back and forth at the point. Rota D putting pressure on. Here's Burns. Mackinnon now. He walks into the slot. Oh, nice half spin there to keep it free. He scores! What a goal there by Timothy as he finally gets one. The stop-up and reversal to create some space, and Mackinnon roofs one as Timothy and the Germans lead this series and the game 1-0. Impressive goal there as he roofs it over Ben Bishop. Looks like a potential timeout is going to be called here, and it does look like that will be the case. Will we see a response timeout? It doesn't look like it. Rota D loses the draw, and here goes Timothy the other way. Will he pile on now? He has controlled play for a lot of this game. Rota D looking to just hang on for the most part of this game. Will Timothy take advantage of that and give Venom some help in the aggregate score going up against Eki? Back and forth he goes. Huberdeau back to Burns. Here's Timothy now. He half steps in, looking for a tip by Bergeron. Doesn't get it. Bergeron now back to the point to Monahan. And again, that forward at the point for that shot is pure strategy from Timothy and his lineup. Eichel now straight lines out. Rota D, potential 2-on-1. Timothy gets back, though, but Matthews with it rips one on. And that one will be blocked in front. Back down to Eichel. Great cycle game. Kane still with it. And that one's going to be turned over. 9 minutes remaining here in game number 1. 1-0 Germany. Here's Bergeron. Back to Shively and a big save by Bishop. This could be a much different score if Ben Bishop hasn't been so dominant in this one. Shively with it. Over to Monahan. Saucing to Crosby. Does he have a step? Stops up again. Back to Monahan. Reps one on. Mcdavid now with it. Back to Monahan. And that'll be intercepted. Oh, and a good stick there. Turnover here. Can he fight for it? He can't. He'll lose it. Rota D going the other way. Into the zone. Oh, nice spin. And he's going to get the tripping call as a gigantic moment in this game and this series, as Rota D will get a chance to tie it up late on the power play. Didn't score on his prior man advantage. We'll see if he can get one here. Tie up. And that backdoor draw to Miller, as he's done that a few times on any offensive zone that he's got. And Timothy has got to be aware of that, as Price bails him out there on the one-timer. Tie up again. Timothy ready for it this time. Good adjustment there by him as he's met along the boards. Can he keep the puck? O'Reilly has it. Looking to kill this. Now he's got a chance. He's free. Can he get it across? But another diving stop in the middle there by Rota D. That's the second time he's done that in this game to stop a goal. Larkin now to Miller. Fires it far side and he ties it up. A fantastic defensive play at one end. And he springs the transition into a goal to tie this thing up. Great job there by Rota D. Can he steal this one from Timothy and the Germans? It would be huge. A huge blow for Germany if they come back and win this one. Miller fires that one on. That'll go into the corner. Weak shot. Timothy with it now. Reversing to Pietrangelo. Sends that to Stamkos. Good passing play, but it's a little too late. And that'll be an offside. Draw win for Rota D. Back into his zone. Here goes Suter. Ryan Suter spins around looking for the breakout, but the 1-4 run by Timothy offered a little space, but Miller will get that rebound off the block here. Here goes Mackinnon to Crosby. Crosby now saucing that one across the no man's land, but McDavid's going to pick up. He's got it in the corner. Walks out into the slot. Back to Shabbat at the point. He walks in. Doesn't have a lane. Back to Weber. Will he shoot? Oh, what a toe drag, but he can't get the shot through cleanly. As Rota D doing a great job of blocking that middle portion of the defensive zone. And the Finnish players in the EU region known for their defensive style and to force the puck to the outside defensively, as that one's in the crease. And Timothy will control that one. Mcdavid now, 39 seconds remaining. Oh, bad change there for Timothy, as they both change up lines. And we'll see. As Rota D playing for possession. Under 30 to go. McDavid gets through. Kane now with it. Can't get it through the net. Matthews with a turnover. Big bump there by Stamkos, though, and he'll get it out. Will we see overtime in game number 1? Timothy looking for his way through the ice. Here's Tavares. So I apologize. We update that score there again. You see it is 1-1 in the aggregate. Again, the score beside the flags on the screen that you see are the total scores in the series. Late in the third. 10 seconds to go. Timothy with a chance. Can he get a shot off? Good bump. Under 10 to go. Timothy's going to get one more chance here. Pietrangelo walks in. Riley from the point, and that one will go out of play. 2.3 remaining. So again, guys, yes, if you are just joining us, it will be an aggregate score. So a combined total of all the goals scored in this game will give us the winner after 4. Draw win, and that'll do it for regulation, as Rota D tying things up late And again, you saw that time on attack advantage, 13 minutes to 6 for Timothy, as he has dominated in terms of offensive zone pressure here, but it does not matter as it's 1-1. Can the Germans take game number 1 against the Finn Powerhouse? We'll see. Rota D with the first possession to Eichel. Pietrangelo now to Mackinnon. Turned over Matthews. Mackinnon now with it. Here goes Timothy to Mcdavid. Timothy. Mackinnon right on, and Bishop will stop that as an easy save as that one's right on. Tie up on the draw. Larkin now. Werenski to Gensel. Sends that over. Gensel with it, fires it on, he scores! And just like that, Rhoda D steals this one, game number 1. And it will be a 2-1 victory over the Germans in this one. As Rhoda D comes all the way back in a great first game there, but Timothy has to be disappointed in that one. He played fantastic, but unfortunately it did not matter, as in the end it will be a 2-1 lead for Finland over Germany as he did his job. Now it's going to be up to Venom, and he's got the tall task of holding off Eki, one of the best players not only in Europe but in the world. And again, guys, that will be coming up shortly. A great game there by Timothy. Really impressed by that first game by him. He is one of the better players, if not one of the best German players, in his country. And, he showed that he was fantastic in that one. He did actually drop a game in his series versus Denmark, but he was going up against, again, another tough opponent in Vibholm in that first round. But we'll have to wait and see how game number 2 goes, as it will be Eki versus Venom, and this is going to be tough. If Germany is to have any shot in this series, Venom has got to hold Eki to a manageable score. You saw how Timothy was able to control most of that game. If he can come back and put up a few in his second game against Rota D, there might be a shot. But if Eki, puts up 5 or 6 here, it's going to be all but over potentially. So we'll have to see. But, guys, we will take a short break before we get to that first Xbox game between Finland's Eki and the Germans' Venom. Again, guys, I am Cameron Halbert. Thank you for joining me today on the English broadcast, and we will be right back with game number 2 of Finland versus Germany.
Take it to it.
Welcome back, guys. I am Cameron Halbert. Thank you for joining me for this series of Finland versus Germany. I do see in the chat, if you guys are looking for any information in regards to the tournament, please visit esports.iihf.com. Everything will be located there, from previews to information on the matches, to all of the tournament, the bracket, and the scheduling. Again, speaking of the bracket, let's take a look at the, how it goes so far, as we've got our first semifinalist in Russia, as they defeated Norway 15-11 in the aggregate. And again, they will take on the winners of this series, Finland and Germany. On the other side, tomorrow, we will see Sweden versus the Czech Republic, and then Canada versus Slovakia. And one of the more interesting matchups that we're going to see in this tournament is Slovakia, obviously pulling the upset over Latvia, and then the Canadians coming all the way back against USA, down 10-3 in their series to win 17-12, and obviously featuring some of the biggest names in NHL esports. So, guys, thank you again for joining me today. !info in the chat as well. If you're looking for the other language broadcast, we are being broadcasted in Finnish as well as German. So shout out to them as well for doing a great job throughout this in terms of the broadcast. My colleagues Nick and Drew on the English broadcast against Russia and Norway was awesome as normal. And I'm happy and excited to be calling this one for you guys. Again, we are going to see Eki versus Venom in this second game. And when we talk about what's going to happen here and what needs to happen, Venom, obviously the heavy underdog in this one, but he needs to just keep the score close. He doesn't need to go in and defeat Eki. If that were to happen, that would be one of the biggest matchups, not only in just 1v1 as far as a matchup goes, but it would be gigantic in terms of how this series goes. Eki obviously capable of putting up double-digit goals against almost anyone, and we'll have to see what happens here, but it'll be super important for Venom to just make sure he keeps it close, to give Timothy and the Germans a chance in the back half of the series. We saw Rota D win game number 1, obviously by a score of 2-1, but the score did not indicate the play, as Timothy controlled almost the entire game. He gave up a goal late in the third period, and unfortunately, not able to hold on to that lead there. So we will see the Xbox game here, and it's going to be a fantastic one. Guys, in the chat, thank you for joining me again. What do you guys think is going to happen here? Do you think that Venom can keep it close, or do you think that Eki will just run away with it and kind of give a stranglehold here? As if we look back in the prior rounds, we did see Finland with 27 goals against Great Britain, with 6 only against, and then Germany obviously with a bit of a more tougher opponent in Denmark, 14-6 as their aggregate score wins there. So obviously Finland, be able to put up the offense there, but that's nothing really new. Rota D did a fantastic job in his series, but did his job and eked out a win. Now Eki's got to go and do his, and by all accounts, see if he can't put up a few scores here. As Linus says 11-3 this game. We'll see. Tomorrow, guys, a programming note again, as this is the English broadcast in terms of timing. Sweden versus the Czech Republic will be at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, and then Canada versus Slovakia will be 3 p.m. It'll be in this time slot that you're on right now for their series, as Josh Fearless and Nuke, we'll see if they can't move on to the semifinals in their matchup between Lady Brunette and Phenomen. Again, thank you guys for hanging out with me. Raj in the chat asks, who's a player from the Swedish team? Sweden is a fantastic team of Ekin as well as Seb Larsson. They are, the favorites on that side. In all intents and purposes, it does look like Canada and Sweden are kind of on a collision course here in the semis, but we'll have to wait and see there, as we have seen some upsets so far. I mean, Norway over the Swiss in the first round was considered an upset, as well as Slovakia over Latvia. So we'll see what happens in round number 2 for them. All we know right now is it is a 2-1 lead for Finland against Germany in this series. But now we're going to have our second game on Xbox just about to start, and that one is one of the world's best in Eki taking on Venom, and that's about to start in about 30 seconds to another minute there. Again, guys, I want to thank you all again for hanging out with me here today. I couldn't be more thankful for getting this opportunity, but it does look like our game is about to get underway. So again, Finland and Eki will be in the USA Whites, Venom and the Germans will be in Team Canada's Reds. And here we go, guys. This is going to probably make or break this series. Can Venom hold off Eki, or will Eki run away with this game and give the series to Finland? As I seem to have made a mistake here, is the aggregate score. If that one is incorrect, give me one moment as I adjust that. As the game is now underway, it is a 2-1 lead in the aggregate for the Finns. As Eki with the start. We are watching Eki's point of view. He's using Team USA here. As Mackinnon now. Oh, intercepted on the breakout again. Eki threatening early. It is going to be Venom's job to just keep this game close. This is a 2-1 aggregate score. Again, that is the score that matters. A wrap attempt. He's all alone there, but doesn't take it. Looking for that backdoor play. As again, Eki just having his way in the offensive zone. But Venom doing a good job not to chase, to make sure that he doesn't give anything up. He's collapsing hard as a backdoor play, and now that's blocked, and here goes Venom the other way. He's going to have to do his damage off the rush, and here he goes. Doughty into the zone. That one kicks all the way back out and all the way to the goaltender and past Carey Price. Venom again controlling Team Canada for Germany. Mcdavid around. As Riley will intercept. As they will reset. Here is Eki. To Matthews. And Matthews backdoor to Carlson, and he scores. Eki on the board first. Kind of how we thought this one would go. As I just need to adjust these. As it's now a 3-1 lead in the aggregate. Eki on that backdoor play. Making it 1-0 here, and again, showing his dominant offensive possession, just holding the puck, waiting for his opponent to make a move. He's one of the best in the world at it, and it's infuriating to play against this. You can't rush him because that's what he's waiting for. You've just got to wait for his, wait for his shot. Hopefully it gets blocked, and then you'll get possession back. Eki at the point now. The 2018 GWC World Champion. In the corner along the boards. Again, Venom doing a good job not to pressure, though. And we're halfway through the first here. 1-0 for Eki. 3-1 in the aggregate for Finland. Venom. Oh, he gets free. Eki's free, and he almost gets that forehand chance in front, but Price with a big save. Here goes Venom the other way. Eki now. Pressuring at the blind. Marchand. That one bumps free all the way out, and Wheeler has a step, but he's not going to get a chance. And Venom will hold on to that one. Aloha. How's it going, my man? Offensive zone chance 10 minutes into the first period as a tie-up on there. Pacioretty with it. Backdoor to Besser, and a big save there for Carey Price. Here goes Stamkos now with it. He goes back to Burns to Huberdeau. Venom now. See if he can get a shot on goal and create a chance, but a great defensive play there to spring a break the other way for Eki. Sends that one across, but a good read by Venom. Over to O'Reilly. Sends that one over to Stamkos. He has a step. Spin move into the middle. Tries to get a 3. It's in the crease, and that one will go into the corner. Venom with a decent chance there. Eki, though, patient, changing his line. Still 1-0. As it looks like this is going to prove to be a much tougher test than their first-round matchup against Great Britain. But Eki weaving in and out. Still has the puck. This is where he is so dangerous. Down low, just waiting to get pressured. Now behind the net. Again, just baiting Venom to come behind the net to chase him, and he can't bump him off the puck. Wheeler with it now. Now Werenski. Eki along the half boards. He's bumped off the puck here, and here goes O'Reilly with it. This is what Venom's going to have to do. Give him nothing in terms of backdoor play or behind the net, and just wait for that turnover. As another turnover there for Eki. 2-on-1. Wheeler back into the middle there, but that will be intercepted, and here goes Venom. Eki now with it. Bumped off there, Jones. Eki now into the zone. Back to Gensel. Oh, and he had the backdoor play, but he waited just a second. Trying to keep possession. Now backdoor to Pavelski. Scores. And again, the vision of Eki just proving to be too much so far. As that is now a 4-1 aggregate lead for Finland. Here we go. 2-0. Venom needs to keep it close. Timothy waiting, can't do anything. Gotta be thinking about that blown lead there, as he would have given his partner a little bit of a chance. Eki to Kane. Back to Carlson at the point. Suter now with it. Again, the time on attack is going to heavily favor Eki, but nothing new there. Here goes Hall to Sagan. Venom's going to have to do his damage off the rush. Here's Hall. Over to Doughty now. Pressured, though, by Eki, but out in front, and a huge save there for Eki as a great read by Venom. His best chance of the game, and he's robbed. Great offensive read there. As Venom threatening here late in the first period on that. Oh, no, and can he get out of this? Oh, he does. All right, big save there, as that one's going to get cleared out into the behind the net. As that one, Goudreau almost made that a devastatingly late goal. Timothy, I see you in chat, my man. Obviously, people do want to see, a compelling game here and an upset in ending the tournaments here. But, you played fantastic in that first game. But Eki doing what Eki does. And the 2-0 lead in the first period over Venom. However, Venom did what he had to do. Again, he is just a completely unenviable task. As look at the time on attack. 8 minutes to 1. But it's only 2-0, or 2-1, sorry, 2-0, my apologies. It's only 2-0 in the game. With 8 minutes time on attack, you'd expect to be a little bit more, but Venom playing good defense. As we knew going into this would be the mismatch. But Venom's job isn't necessarily to win it, it's to keep it close so that Timothy can try and do his thing against Rota D. As he fires one on, that's what he's going to have to do, and just try and take shots from anywhere. And as defensively, Eki, one of the best. Here goes Eichel now, and that one's going to miss. As that might have been a record-setting time on attack. I don't know if I've seen... that was really impressive. 8 minutes in the first period for one of the world's best. 2-0 in the second period. Game number 2, guys. Again, thank you for joining me on the English broadcast here for Finland versus Germany in the IIHF 2020 Esports Fan Championship. Here's Larkin threatening. Back and forth he goes, can't get a shot away. Now he looks backdoor, Pietrangelo, great read there. And Venom playing good defensively on those backdoor passes. Here's Marchand, he stops up. Eki reads it perfectly, though he has no space, runs out of room. And there goes Eki now the other way. Suter now with it. He's in across the zone. Oh, and a great weave. And he just absolutely undresses Carey Price. As he bobbed and weaved his way into the offensive zone, and it is now 3-0. But more importantly, 5-1 in the aggregate. Great goal there. Can Venom claw his way back? Can he keep this game close? This is going to be an extremely important moment in the game. If he can keep this within 2. Riley bumped off Doughty to O'Reilly. Venom across the line to Riley at the point. O'Reilly now behind the net. Back to the point of Riley. Over to Stamkos. Fires it on, and that one will be saved. Good cycle game here from Venom as Eki, traditionally someone who likes to play defense and force things to the perimeter. Stamkos now tries to get it on net. He can't, though. Matthews back to Werenski. Kessel across the line. Matthews back to Kessel. Can't get a clean shot away, though. Good defense there by Venom. Doughty now with it. Sauces that one up, intercepted, but oh, and that one just kicks to Stamkos, but he's offside. And again, just to give an update to anyone in the chat that might be a little confused at why Finland and Germany are using USA and Canada, they are able to use any nation in terms of the 1v1 play, but they can only use each nation once in the first 3 rounds. As Germany used USA in round number 1 against Denmark, Finland used Russia in round number 1 against Great Britain. So they are no longer able to use those. As, Eki just missing one wide there. Shattenkirk now behind the net. Walks out in front, tap in for Pavelski. And it's 4-0. And a 6-1 lead in the aggregate. Cheering the underdog, but this is too much. Again, guys, Eki, I mean, it's no matter who in this tournament, whether it even be Canada or the Swedes or any of the other favorites that were in the tournament, Eki is going to provide one of the biggest and stiffest competition that there is in this entire tournament, as he's one of the best in the world. So Venom being, having tasked to try and keep it close is obviously be extremely difficult, but again, the way that Timothy played in that first game does offer a little hope, as there is potential that he's able to run up the score against Rota D, who's fantastic in his own right, but given how Timothy played in that first game, there is still a chance. If Venom can get back into this a little bit or keep it a little bit closer, any goal is going to be huge here, but a penalty to Venom is going to send the Finns on the power play. Kane now with it. Backdoor to Eichel. Read well. Look at the patience by him there. He had a short side wrister opportunity, but waited for the for sure goal and almost waited him out long enough to get that pass across. It's just the vision by Eki is crazy. Crosby in though, and he can't get it by Bishop. A great chance there. Short-handed. That's Venom trying to spark his offense here, but Kane now across the line. Addy Kane. That'll be bump free. And Crosby with it. Down to Kane. Doesn't shoot, doesn't have a one-timer option available to him. Crosby now with it. He backs into the neutral zone on the penalty kill. Oh, he's going to turn that one over to Kane. Potential 2-on-1 here, and backdoor to Kessel, and that one hits the bar. It's an extremely dangerous chance here. Here's Eki now to Kane. Back to Matthews, he scores, and a great give and go there. And it's all Eki in this one. Seven to 1 in the aggregate now. It's a great give and go there. Again, the score that really matters is that one down beside their gamer tags. But much like this game, it is reflecting that as well. 7-1 now. As it's late in the second period, and Venom again just trying to hold off any more damage done. 5-goal advantage here for Eki. As Venom now across the line. Still has the puck. Tries to get it back to the middle. Gensel now to Wheeler. Across the line. Self-sauce. Oh, what a move by Eki. Here goes Venom the other way in the Canadians' red uniforms. To Marner. Back to Marchand. He scores. And there's one for Venom on a great feed. And the Germans have life. The outlook still looks bleak. But a great passing play there by Venom. And it's now 5-1. And again, guys, it doesn't necessarily mean that he's got to come all the way back and win this game. If he can keep it close, like I said, Timothy, obviously the more dominant player in this duo for Germany, and he really played extremely well against Rhoda D, however, losing in overtime, but he dominated almost the entire game. So, crazier things have happened, but Eki in all alone, but a good bump there. Great defensive play by Venom to bump him free at the last second. Stamkos, under 10 to go in the second. He dekes in, but a perfect defensive play there by Eki is going to thwart that chance. And that'll do it for the second period as Eki rolls on here. It's a 7-2 lead for the Finns in the aggregate and a 5-1 lead in this game. Absolutely. Eki still has another game here again, guys, but you just have to keep it close. Have to keep it close because you never know. We've seen a few series go into the final game tied, and, you have no idea when it comes to this game. In a best-of-1 matchup, it's things become crazy, so. Time on attack, 11 minutes to 3. As Venom with a much better second period in terms of, cycling and time on attack, but here we go. Draw win here, Doughty to Riley. Venom gets across the line, Larkin intercepts. And here goes Eki. Straight lines in. Doesn't have a step back to Carlson at the point. Doesn't like to shoot from the point very often. To Eichel. To Kane now. Back to Suter to Larkin as Eki now fires it around the zone looking for a lane to open up. Venom trying to stay patient and block those backdoor passing plays. Oh, as he tried to hit Kane on that reversal. Venom now with it. On the breakout over to Mackinnon. Venom now across the line, but a great stick there, but it's too much as Venom will get his first power play of the game. Tripping call there. Werenski to Wheeler. Across the line, Eki cuts in on the penalty kill. Good chance there, but he doesn't shoot. Look how patient he is to not take a shot that he doesn't deem to be high enough of an opportunity. As a backhand there doesn't go. Gets it behind the net. He's just making sure he controls possession. It's a very effective way to play defense if you literally don't have to by holding it in the offensive zone for so long. Venom fires one into the middle. That one's blocked. Bergeron now with it. He gets it down on the goal line, but a save there played out by Eki. 23 seconds remaining in the power play. Pavelski with it. It's across the line. Big bump there. As here goes. Oh. As Venom with a shot there. Doesn't get it to pass Bishop, though. Eki now out of the box. 15 minutes remaining in the third, and Venom has played much better in the back part of this game. Still trailing 5-1. And that spin move doesn't go anywhere as Eki now sends that to Kane. 2-on-1. Can he get it back? He doesn't. Curls back and elects to hold on to the puck again. As here goes that time on attack method of defense. Just holding on to the puck. Resets back in the neutral zone. Changes up his lines. As Eki, one of the best in terms of the small, minute details of the game. It's bumped off the puck there to Matthews. Here's Matthews now across the line. Into the corner. Back to Carlson. Werenski at the point, but that'll be an offside call. And Venom, again, doing what he has to do now. Just might be a little too late. Trailing by 4 in this game. Germany trailing by 5 in the aggregate score. Draw win here, Pietrangelo. Venom now with the puck. Gets that one to Mackinnon. Still has it. They fight for it. Eki resets. Here goes Kessel the other way. Nice move there. Kessel now with it. Back and forth into the middle. Nice poke check by Price, and here goes Mackinnon. Eki cuts him off immediately, forcing him to the outside, but now he's got the puck. Here's Venom now in the corner, controlling Team Canada. Fires one on, a weak shot, but it's towards the net, and Venom won't get a shot there. It's Kessel now. Eki, 2-on-1 again. Backdoor play to Gaudreau, and that's the third time he's done that. Baiting Venom into that 2-on-1. Six to 1 now. Shattenkirk to Gauss Bear, over to Miller. Here's Gauss Bear. Back to Pacioretty. Here's Shattenkirk. Pacioretty with it now. Backdoor play. Doesn't have it. Again, Venom doing very well at controlling that. It's the off-the-rush goals, the 2-on-1s that he's given up that have really done him in. As that 2-on-1 where he holds the backhand and fires it to the far post has really done its damage here. 6-1 for Eki and Finland. Here's Huberdeau. Can Venom get it back? Good poke check there at the line. 5 minutes remaining in the third period. Eki cuts in. Has it Weber. Over to Stamkos. Straight lines in. Spins into the middle. Eki doesn't bite, though. That's behind the net. Venom with it now. Waiting for some support. Doesn't have it. And again, runs out of room in a perfect defensive play by Eki. Here he goes with Eichel. Back to Kane. That one doesn't go. Kane now with it. He's around the net. And a great backhand forehand. As you can see that coming a mile away. And it's now a 9-2 aggregate score. This is a tough one for the Germans. Obviously, like I mentioned, they had to keep it close in the first two games. You have to think this might be too much, to come back from, but we'll see what Timothy can do. Obviously, the stronger portion of the duo for the German contingency. And, he did do a great job in round number one, or game number one, before losing, though, in overtime. Wow, what a save there. Off the one-timer. Here goes Venom the other way. He springs a potential 2-on-1. The deke move doesn't work, but he gets it back. Backdoor to Mackinnon, he scores! Great job by Venom to stick with it there, and all goals matter, chat. As they will count towards your aggregate score. Now again, a 6-goal deficit. It's probably too much to come back from, but you never know. Don't call it a comeback, chat. Eki, however, doing his job, doing what needed to be done. Running away and really running up the score in this one. Off the draw. Letang. It's across the line. Here's Venom now. 40 seconds remain, final minute. Oh, Venom almost got out in front of the net, but here goes Goudreau the other way. Self-Sauce has it now. Weaving back and forth. Doesn't take the shot. Venom. Nice bump to get him free. Hall now. Into the zone. Can't get there, though. Eki will get this first. And break out of the zone. Across the neutral zone. Here's Pacioretty. A great play by Hall. Letang. Venom now. Sends that one across to Sagan. Werenski to Besser. Miller. He's got the puck. Back to Pacioretty, and that is tough. His 8th goal. And he gets that late goal by Venom right back. As they've now hit double digits in the aggregate. As Eki puts up 8. Venom just trying to kill the last few seconds, and he will. And that is a dominant performance by Eki and the Finns. And an 8-2 win over Venom in this one. And again, it's kind of crazy as Eki has been super consistent in this tournament because that would be his 3rd straight game. Every single game Eki has played in this playoff tournament has been by a final score of 8-2. So a goal differential of 24-6, and again, nothing really new here. Eki, still one of the most dominant players, and just a fantastic showing in this one as we take a look here, as it is a 10-3 aggregate score here as an 8-2 win for Eki over Venom in this one, guys. Again, and now you aren't seeing this here, but the time on attack, 17:51 to 4:46. As again, you can't stress enough how good Eki is at that possession game, and he just waits until he has the chance that he thinks is going to score. Now, I mean, for them to have any shot, is Timothy in this next game is going to have to absolutely go off, and then Venom will have to have the best game that he's ever had if this one is going to remain a series. But who knows, as the game number 2 of Rota D and Timothy is coming up shortly, as we are going to see if Timothy can get on the board in the win column here in this one, as he's done. He played fantastic in that first game. It really wasn't close in terms of stats and whatnot, but it ended up being a 2-1 win for Rota D in overtime on that late goal. So we'll see what happens here. Timothy, he knows what he has to do. So this is going to be a full-out aggressiveness in terms of offense here. It's what he has to do, and Rota D's got to be prepared for that. If Rota D wins this game, this series obviously is over. But who knows? If Timothy can put up a giant game here, 5-6-0. Who knows? You have no idea. But again, guys, thank you for hanging out with me today. I am Cameron Halbert. No sleeves on everywhere. And we're going to take a quick break before game number 3 of Finland versus Germany. It'll be game 2 of Timothy and Rota D. We'll be right back. Hello guys, welcome back. Again, we are just moments away from Game 3 of this series between Finland and Germany. It will be Rota D versus Timothy in this one. And again, Timothy has got his work cut out for him. He needs to put up big numbers in this game if the Germans are going to stand a chance, as the game we just witnessed was tough, as it was 8-2 for Eki over Venom. Again, something that we kind of thought was going to happen, but we'll have to see how this one plays out, as we are, again, moments away from that one. So again, guys, what do you think? I mean, like I said, so Rota D did struggle mightily against Timothy in this last game, but he was able to eke out a win in overtime. So we'll see. If Rota D can come up with a win here, that's going to all but do it. Obviously, Eki is going to have to play another game, so Venom, if he's got to put up numbers, win and put up numbers against Eki, that's almost an impossible task. So we'll see. And again, guys, The winner of this series, you see on this bracket right now, they will take on the winners, or they will take on Russia, the winner of the prior series today, as they beat Norway 15-11 in the aggregate. And then tomorrow, we will see the other two quarterfinals. It'll be Canada and Slovakia. That'll be at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, as Josh Fearless and Nuke will get into their second series against Lady Brunette and Phenomen for Slovakia. At 12 p.m. Eastern Time, I will be on the call as Sweden will take on the Czech Republic. So again, guys, we are about to get underway of game number 2 between Rota D and Timothy. Here we go. And again, you see that all-important score beside their names. It's 10-3 in the aggregate score. Timothy has got to come out firing. If you were watching the USA and Canada series on Saturday, it's much like what Josh Fearless did against John Wayne. He's got to have a 5 or 6 goal game here. Mackinnon out in front, Timothy. He intercepted immediately. Here goes Rhoda D the other way. Timothy had played great defense in the neutral zone, did not allow Rhoda D to get into the zone easily at all. As here goes Timothy the other way, behind the net. Back and forth he goes, weaving in and out. Now he's behind the net, stops up, looking for that backdoor play, but Rhoda D again just collapsing 4 players in front of the net, and that's what he's done in that first game to keep the game close. It's a backdoor play. We saw Eki do that a number of times against Venom, but read well by Timothy. And here goes the Germans the other way again. Germany in the Canadian reds, Finland controlling the U.S. in their whites, and that'll be an icing call against Rota D. Five minutes gone in the first period. Rota D wins the draw. So here he goes out of the zone. They look to break out. Kessel now. He stops up and turns over. Here goes Timothy. Backdoor to Shively. Scores, and exactly what he needed. An early goal and some life for the Germans, as it's now a 10-4 game in the aggregate. Big goal there for Timothy. That's a great feed, too. Backdoor play. Fires that one up top over Ben Bishop of the United States. Can he keep it going? Verona, the score in the series, you will see beside the gamer tags. The aggregate score is currently 10-4 in favor of Finland. Eki putting on an 8-2 performance in game number 2 over Venom. Rota D, nice cut in the middle, though. Can he answer? Good block there as Timothy gets back around. You've got to think how much, Timothy wishes he could have had a few more goals and won that game handedly to give himself a shot in this one. As a backdoor play, as Price stops it. Oh, and he plays it right out in front. Almost got dunked on, but that one will be stopped, as Timothy really can't afford to give up any goals in this game. He has got to win 6 or 7-0. And then Venom has got to do one of the most impossible things, and that's beat Eki heads up in game number 4. But we'll see. We're far away from that. Is now Rota D threatening now. Timothy on the intercept. Good read there defensively. Timothy backs into the zone, trying to create some space. Now has it with Stamkos. Good zone entry here by Timothy. Oh, and a good save there. Back out in front. O'Reilly will shoot one on, and Bishop with the save. Good start here so far for the Germans. As Eki and the Finns, obviously one of the heavy favorites in this tournament. No doubt, I completely agree. There's a backdoor play. Miller on the intercept. However, they do look like they're on a collision course with Canada or Sweden as a backdoor play there. And either one of them will be a tough task. That's a nice chop there. Rota D now. Out of the zone. On the backhand, Rota D across the line. Here goes Shattenkirk. As the puck back to Gensel, he scores! And just like that, Rota D gets it right back on a nice goal there in tight. And again, Rota D just has to do his job here and keep this close, as that one is going to end up in the back of the net. What a play. Oh, unfortunate turn of events there for Rota D, as Timothy sauces one into the middle. It bounces off, I believe, his own player and into the net. The Germans are going to need a lot more of that, but hey, it's 11-5 now in the aggregate. As here goes Timothy again. Let's see if he can put another one up. Here's Mcdavid now. Mackinnon, back to Mcdavid, and that'll be intercepted. Rhoda D now breaking out of the zone. Now trailing 2-1 as they get that one free. Weber with it. It's got to be all offense this game for Timothy. He's going to need a lot of luck. Back to the point, and with that international ice just too far, too much space for that one to cover. Gets through the zone. Gauss to barrel, turn that over. Here goes Gensel now the other way. Mcdavid bumped off, and that'll be whistled down. Offside. Draw win here. Rhoda D with it. Eichel now. Cross the zone. Intercepted. Here goes Huberto the other way. Timothy trying to get another one before the period ends. Kane now. He already has double what he put up in that first game, as he leads 2-1 in this one. We're now late in the first period. Rhoda D with it. Gaudreau. Stamkos intercepts. Tavares to O'Reilly. Timothy with it. Walks right through. Rhoda D to Larkin. Straight lines into the zone. Intercepted. Timothy with it. Saucing that one over to Stamkos. Stamkos with it. Out in front to O'Reilly. Tavares doesn't get one through. Kessel now. Intercepted. Oh, and what was that? A really weird deke animation there for Timothy. Almost cost him. Minute to go in the first period. Here's O'Reilly now. Timothy with the puck. Back to Pietrangelo. He walks in. O'Reilly with it to Tavares. Has time for one more. Stamkos out in front to O'Reilly, and that one isn't going to get through cleanly. As that'll do it for period number 1, as Timothy leads 2-1. Leading the game, and that time on attack again controlled most of the play, but really not enough, as it's still 11-5 in the aggregate. My favorite mascot, NJ Devil in the chat. As here goes Pietrangelo to Crosby. Timothy back to Mcdavid. Can't get a shot through cleanly. Good defense there by Rota D. Gauss to spare now. Sends that one across to Carlson. Saucing it up to Eichel. Gets through Mcdavid now. Eichel intercept. Here goes Matthews. Held up along the boards. Sauce up the side. Here's Mackinnon now. Timothy has it. Spins free. Sends it towards the net again. And that one will be stopped and held, as that second goal Timothy had was banked in, much like he was trying to do there, it looks like. Thank you guys again for hanging out with me here for the quarterfinals here of Finland versus Germany. We're in game number 3. It's Rota D versus Timothy. It is 11-5 in the aggregate score here, though, for Finland. Orensky now to Gaudreau. Good stick, but he kicks it free to himself. Gaudreau with it. Has a step, tripped up, and he draws the penalty. As Rota D will go on his first man advantage of this game. He was deadly on the power play in game number 1. We'll see what happens here. Draw win, though, for Timothy. Can he clear it out? Nice reversal to Pietrangelo. Up to O'Reilly. Sends that to Hall. Timothy trying to streak in with the speedy Hall, but he can't get it through. Here's Larkin now. Bump free. Carlson now with it. Larkin across the line, sends that over. Hall now. Here he goes the other way. Taylor Hall. Backs in. Not bumped off. Still has it, but he can't get that pass through as Gaudreau is on the intercept. Larkin now with it. Across the line, tries to send that one across for the backdoor play, but Timothy reads it. Here goes Shively now, has a goal in this game. Timothy over to Pietrangelo, but it's just too far. It's an easy save there for Ben Bishop. Here's Kane now. Sends that one towards the net. It's off into the corner. And Weber now. Out of the zone. Suter with it. Shattenkirk. Bumped off the puck. Here's Pietrangelo the other way. Shifley. Oh, nice move there. Can he get it towards the net? Weak shot. Still has it, though. Shifley behind the net. Walks out in front. Mcdavid lets one go on the short side, and he scores off the rebound, the boards. And Shifley will collect the rebound. And Germany gets another one. 11-6 now in the aggregate. As that was a heck of a chance there for Mcdavid in the slot initially. It just goes wide, and Shifley able to just kind of walk it right in. There's a timeout here for Rhoda Diaz. Again, much like game number 1, Timothy controlling the play. And we'll see. Timothy needs 4 or 5 more goals, though, to even things up here. And then again, it still might not be enough, as Aki is going to get his second game against Venom. In what would probably be one of the biggest upsets in esports or NHL esports history. But who knows? Here's Mcdavid. Mackinnon into the zone. Timothy with it. Back to Mcdavid. Oh, and he just misses that one as it's flubbed wide, though. But he gets the puck on the rebound, and the short side wrister doesn't go either. A couple of great chances there for Timothy. Rota D now with it to Matthews. Fires one on off the bar, and that one won't go. Gauss despair. In front. Eichel now with it. McKinnon. He stops up the line. Great job to create some space, but he runs out of room. Here's Kessel now. Big bump there. Great job by Timothy defensively. He's played great in these 2 games. That can't be understated. Back to Mcdavid. Shifley. Oh, and Bergeron on the tic-tac-toe play. But he can't get anything on it. Unfortunate there, as again, this has kind of been what's happened so far for Timothy in these 2 games, is he's had some dynamite chances, especially in game 1, and he just can't get them to finish. Riley with it now to Mcdavid. Timothy right back into the offensive zone. It's in. It's under the pads there. And Bishop will hold as Rhoda D just looking to try and hang on here, as he knows that his partner Eki just waiting for his second game. Again, Eki winning his first game against Venom 8-2, which has caused the big separation in the aggregate score. Here's O'Reilly with it now. Timothy back to the point. Bad pass, though, as Rhoda D there. And that one doesn't go. Oh, great. Again, great job at the blue line for Timothy as he straight lines in. Can he get it across? Good defensive play there by Rhoda D. Reads it well. Pavelski sauced up the boards. Here he goes. A potential 2-on-1. Oh, and he dives down to try and take away the pass. It holds him off just long enough. And Rhoda D runs out of room. 2 minutes to go in the second period. It's been all Timothy again here in game number 2. Rhoda D, though, with it. And he's going to go back on the power play with 2 minutes remaining. Held up. Weber with it. Sends that one to O'Reilly. Oh, and a clean deke. Can he keep the puck? He does, and he can't finish it off. Great deke there by Timothy. Short-handed. So he tried to montage Rhoda D on that one. On the backhand. O'Reilly. Sauces that one across. Doesn't go. Werenski on the backhand in the middle. Weber intercepts. Under a minute to go in the second. Here goes Timothy now. Short-handed. Matthews. Back to Werenski. Fires it on. It's blocked. Weber with it. Intercepted. Might have one more chance here for Rota D. But he'll run out of time, and that'll do it for the second period. As Timothy takes the 3-1 lead into the third period. Again, not enough, though, as they're still trailing by 5 in the aggregate. Timothy needs the biggest period of his NHL 20 life.
Here's O'Reilly now. Timothy with it. Sends that over to Crosby. Nice spin move, but read well by Rhoda D. And Rhoda into the zone. Over to Mackinnon. Tries the back, behind the back pass, but it's out of the zone, and Timothy has to reset. Intercepted. Kane now with it. He gets across the line. Pietrangelo now. Behind the net. I think he tried a self-sauce there, but he lost the puck. Can he get through? No. Kessel takes it away. Big hit there, but Gauss to spare in now. Tries to cut into the middle. He can't. Mcdavid now going the other way. Timothy with it. Stops up. Back for Mackinnon, and a great play yet again. Timothy not able to bury his fantastic opportunities that he's had in his games here against Rota D. It's a fantastic setup there, but he just can't get it to go. And that is probably going to be the story of this series. As a wrap attempt, that one doesn't go either. As Bishop is just gigantic. Forces him further out than he need him to go. As Kessel with a nice move there. Sends that across in the middle. Bergeron intercepts. Monahan to Huberdeau. Timothy now across the blue line. Has the puck. Kessel now. Shively fires it on. Low blocker side. North Americans know that as the nuke shot. And he can't get that one to go either. Jones now, stick lifted. Rota D with it. Jones around the net. Rota D. His only real offensive opportunity here in the last, period and a half. Shively. As Rota D just looking to hang on. Pacioretty over to Jones. Back to Besser. Big hit there. Bergeron to Burns. Miller now into the corner. Jones now. Werenski lets her go, and that one's blocked back out, and Miller will score. Great heads-up play to send that back to Miller. And that's probably a dagger here for the Germans. (3-2) now for Timothy. Back to the point to Shabbat. He reverses here. Walks in from the point. On the backhand. Back to O'Reilly again. Rota D playing that, that collapsing style of defense. Riley with it. Shabbat now to Stamkos. Timothy working the outside. O'Reilly fires it on. Weak shot there, and Bishop will save that. (12-6) here in the aggregate score. As it looks like a timeout is called by Timothy. Maybe, who knows, maybe he can pile up a few goals in the back half of this third period. Mackinnon now to Crosby, over to Mcdavid. Into the zone. They stop up, back to the point to Riley. He walks in, tries to feed it back to him down low, and a great opportunity, but intercepted here. And that's going to go down the length of the ice. Icing call here against Finland. Draw win. Timothy will pick it up. Still has it with Shively. Pinned up along the boards. They fight for it, and Rota D will come out with it. Matthews to Kane. Across the line. Sneaks by. Still has it. He's tripped up again. As Rota D draws yet another penalty. Looking to tie things up late in the third yet again. This is exactly what he did in game number 1. He tied things up late and then won it in overtime. Timothy breaks out of the zone. Can't get across. Here's Kessel now. Here's Hall. He gets in. Sends that across to O'Reilly. Oh, he squeaks free. Nice play. Can he get it back to Hall? He does, but a huge save there. Here goes Hall now. Around the zone to Weber. Timothy, again, showing his offensive creativity, but he just can't get it to go. Pietrangelo walks in from the point, fakes the shot. Back to the point, but nobody home, and that'll go down the length of the ice. Again, that was all short-handed. As Timothy, definitely the more aggressive player here. And for obviously good reason. Nice spin move. Hall's got it. Stick lifted. Eichel now. Out of the zone. Stick lifted again. Oh, but another good defensive stick as these guys battle for it. A good puck chop. Can Timothy get there? Oh, and it right back out in front. Here's Rhoda D, fires it on, and Price makes one of his few saves he's had to, and holds. Rhoda D now sends that one into the middle. Bergeron with it. Timothy over to Shively. Back and forth. Big bump there. Pavelski now with it. Bergeron. Timothy across the line. Can't get that one free. Over to Wheeler. Gensel now. On the backhand. And can't get that one through. Rhoda D with it. Intercepted. Sends that one across. Jones now. He gets in. Tripped up. And that one will be ripped on. And another power play for Rhoda D as he's going to get yet another chance to tie it late. Can he do it again? Rhoda D trailing by 1 in game number 3 of this 4-game aggregate series. Here's Bergeron. Can he get free? No. Oh, here goes Rhoda D. Backdoor play. Shabbat intercepts. Here's Bergeron now to Shively. Larkin now over to Gauss to spare. Shabbat with it now. Tavares over to Bergeron. And a nice play. Kessel now with it. Bumped off the puck. And here we go the other way. Bergeron, 2-on-1. Can he get one late? Timothy with it. And a great diving play. There's Tavares. Kicks one out into the middle. And that'll do it as Timothy and the Germans maybe get a moral victory here as they win 3-2. After a great game there by Timothy, he has played 2 fantastic games in this series. That can't be, that can't be forgotten, but it will be a 3-2 win for Timothy, but a 6-goal aggregate lead for the Finns going into game number 4. And obviously, Eki waiting here to go into his second game against Venom, in which he won 8-2 in their first matchup. So, a tough matchup here for the Germans. Obviously, we knew that was going to be the case going into this series. And we'll have to just wait and see how this one plays out. But it looks like it's going to be as expected. So, again, it will be our game 2 of Eki versus Venom here momentarily, and coming up in about 8 minutes. So we're going to take just a short break here, guys, and be right back with our 4th and final game of Finland versus Germany.
Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Cameron Halbert. Again, thank you for joining me today on the English broadcast covering Finland and Germany. And I have to mention, coming up after the games, we are going to have an interview with Eki from Team Finland and Timothy from Germany. We're going to get their reactions and whatnot to the tournament, as well as the matchup so far and how it's played out. I'll give you guys an update on the tournament, or, well, the series so far, as before we go into this one, as it will be the final game of this series. It is 12-6 in the aggregate score so far. So for Germany to win this one, they would Venom would have to beat Eki 7-0 or by 7. So just something that probably is insurmountable for almost anyone, regardless of just in this series. So going to be a tough one. Obviously, Germany does look like they will be eliminated from this event. But let's take a look at the bracket and where we are currently. So as it stands right now, Team Russia is the only one to move on, as Serge and Mahoney moved on past Larso and Bacon, and Team Norway earlier today. They will play Finland for all intents and purposes, depending on what happens here. They will play Finland in the semifinals. On the other side, guys, we will have our other quarterfinal matchups tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. It will be Sweden and with Ekin and Seb Larsen. Ekin, the only GWC regional qualifier still remaining in the entire tournament. So it will be interesting to see if his kind of rise to fame here and whatnot in the NHL esports scene will continue as they take on the Czech Republic in that quarterfinal matchup. In the other one, we will have Canada and Slovakia as two of the most potent players in the entire world in Josh Fearless and Nuke of Canada will take on Lady Brunette and Phenomen for Team Slovakia. And again, that will be at 3 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow for Canada versus Slovakia. So again, we are moments away from the final game here. It will be Eki versus Venom, and obviously in that first one, it kind of went almost exactly as how we thought it would. As Eki, kind of just dominated play throughout. He had almost 18 minutes time on attack to 5. So almost 4 times the amount of the offensive offensive zone time. But we'll see how this one goes. Venom did do a pretty good job. I mean, 18 minutes time on attack against 8 goals. Obviously, that is a large amount. But it wasn't so much the zone time that really did him in. It was the 2-on-1s as Eki scored a number of 2-on-1 goals where he would pass it to the far post and just tap it in off the rush. If Venom can clean that up, I mean, he can keep this one a bit closer. But again, for Germany to move on here, he would have to beat Eki by a total of 7 goals. And, if we were to put a betting line on that, obviously, you probably wouldn't be allowed to do that. It'd be plus 10,000. But we'll see. Again, it has been interesting throughout the tournament. We are moments away from that game, and then we will get an interview with Eki and Timothy on their thoughts on the tournament as well as the games and whatnot.
as we see who will advance. And again, it looks like it'll be Finland versus Russia in that semifinal. And again, I do have to mention, just because of the format, they can choose whoever they want in the first 3 rounds, but you can only use that nation in versus once. So Finland has not used Team Canada yet, so it would look like the semifinals will be Team Canada for Finland, which just makes them even that much more difficult to beat. But again, guys, we are about to get underway with our 4th and final game of this matchup. It will be Eki versus Venom. Game number 4. Here we go. And again, you see the aggregate score there. 6 for the Germans, 12 for Finland. A 7-goal differential would be needed for Venom to come away with the win here. As here goes Eki into the zone, in his own zone, but a turnover here. Here's Venom. Back to Mcdavid. Around O'Reilly, out to Crosby. Has the puck. Sends it back, but an intercept by Eichel, and here goes Eki now the other way. He's across the line. Carlson turns that one over. Kane now to Eichel. Backdoor play, and a good read by Venom. As here goes Doughty out the other way. Mcdavid now against Suter. One-on-one. Eki reads it perfectly and turns it over. Again, Eki so good defensively. One of the best in the entire world. It will be difficult to score. And we'll see how if Venom can counter. As again, another great zone denial there. Off the rush is Venom putting pressure on. Potential turnover, but Eki keeps calm and gets it out of the zone. Here's Kessel now. Back to Matthews, and there's that backdoor pass tap-in as a great tic-tac-toe play off of that, as Goudreau will bury it to make it 1-0 for Eki. But again, just moments before that, that is Eki's bread and butter so far in this series today, is that backdoor saucer pass, as he almost got it. He made up for it there, as it's now a 1-0 lead for Eki. And now 13-6 advantage. I do need to mention is, Germans have done a much better job in this series than, the Finns' first round, as they played Great Britain and only gave up 6 goals against. As another play there, great goal there, but they had 27-4, as Goudreau threatens once again. As Kessel with it. Back and forth he goes, and he just misses it far side. Eki threatening to Jones. Backdoor to Matthews. He holds. What an amazing play that was. 99% of players is going to hammer home that one-timer in close, which more than likely would result in nothing but an in-tight save. He waits out the goalie because he knows that he doesn't think he's got a high percentage chance of scoring there, and buries it on the forehand. It's the little things that Eki does so well that make him one of the best. And that's just another example. As Venom now trailing 2-0 early. It's a now 14-6 lead in the aggregate. Eki scoring 8 goals in all 3 of his games so far in the playoff rounds. Trying to make it 4 for 4. Marner now. Weber sends that across to Marchand. At the line. Sends that over. Sends that on. That one doesn't go. Shattenkirk with it now behind the net. Looking to sauce that one up, but protects the puck instead. Here goes Gensel now the other way. Eki in. Intercepted. Here goes Marchand now out of the zone. Intercepted. Eki now with it. Gensel. And that one rings off the bar. Burns now to Sagan. To Tavares. Intercepted. Bumped off the puck there. Pavelski now with it. Sends that across. Hall will send that down the length of the ice, but no icing as it doesn't get all the way down. 6 minutes remaining in the first period here. Game number 4, Finland versus Germany. Finland leading big. Is Eichel with another chance there. Eki denied. An 8-goal aggregate advantage for Finland in this one. They will have a date with Russia, it appears, unless a monumental breakdown happens here. But Eki in. Oh, and he tries to hold it off, potentially baiting out the manual goaltender. Oh, and he just holds it off again. Backdoor play, but that one will be intercepted. Huberdeau with it now. Here goes Venom. Stamkos with it now. He's bumped off the puck. Pietrangelo. And that'll be an offside. Have to give props, though, to Timothy, as he did hand Rota his first loss of the tournament here, as he just won 3-2 in his second game. But it does not look like it'll be enough, as Eki has had his way, as he has with pretty much everyone else he's faced so far. Back to Pietrangelo, over to Letang. Jones will intercept. Miller with it, over to Pacioretty. He's got it. Eki waiting him out. Doesn't have a backdoor pass, so he just sits there and waits. Now Besser, over to Crosby, or intercepted by Crosby, as he had a chance there. Pietrangelo to Crosby. Venom looking to try and get on the board as he sends that one towards the net, but that one will be picked off. 6 seconds remain. Can Eki get one more here in the first? 2 to go. Looks like he will run out of time, as it will be a 2-0 lead for Eki and Finland going into the second period. Again, same thing as game number 1. Venom, his whole role in this series was just going to be to keep it close. And unfortunately, in game number 1, he was not able to. But, you know, he's doing his job as best he can here against one of the world's elites. And a 2-0 period there. Not terrible as that is just... There is no way you are going to stop that play. As Matthews there. Fantastic goal. It is going to be awfully difficult to knock off Finland, especially in the next round, considering they still have Canada to use. As again, all the teams can only use each country once throughout the first 3 rounds until the final. Finland used Team Russia to defeat Great Britain, and it looks like they will defeat Germany using Team USA. Canada, however, on the other side, had to burn their own nation, Canada. Oh, it is a shot there by Venom as he fires one on, and that one almost trickles through. His 2 post shots immediately. Canada has already used Team Canada in their first round against the U.S., so they will not be able to use their own country for the rest of the tournament until the finals. Here goes Mackinnon. Intercepted. Suter now. Partial break here for Eki. Can he get it in? As he holds it off, he waits for support. He knew that he couldn't get free. Still has it now. Behind the net. Back out in front, Mcdavid. Poked free. At the line. He waits for some support. As we'll see, as everyone kind of anticipates a Team Canada and Finland final. But Canada has to first get through Slovakia, but then it looks like they're going to have a meeting if everything goes kind of how it is expected against Sweden. And Ekin and Seb are 2 formidable opponents. There's a great play there by Eki, and now he's got Matthews down low. Matthews to Kessel. Werenski now with it. Back to Kessel now at the point to Matthews. Over into the middle. Marchand now. Runs that one down, and that'll be an icing call. Still, only 2 goals for Eki here. Into this game, Venom playing a little bit better than he did in game number 1. Again, tasked with defeating one of the game's best. Here goes Marchand to Marner. He squeaks free. Partial break here for Marner as he scores. Venom will get on the board. Mitch Marner will rip one home, beating Ben Bishop there. Two to 1 now. And that is now officially the most goals in a playoff round that Finland has given up. They only gave up 6 against Great Britain. 7 now total for the Germans. And the backdoor play doesn't go. Here's Gauss to spare. That one will go down the length of the ice. Here's Goudreau with it. Sends that one to Sagan. Intercepted. Over to Kessel now. Backdoor to Matthews, and he scores. Eki gets it right back. And it's now 3-1 on a great passing play there. I see a lot of Team Sweden as the chat's favorite here. Is EU versus NA will always be a thing in the NHL esports scene. Something that I love. Always got to respect a rivalry. Besser now, back to Miller, and a huge save there. Love a rivalry, boys. As a broadcaster and someone who loves the storyline, I absolutely love it. As a passing play there for Werenski, and Eki now starting to flex his offensive muscle. As Venom, a little lost in the defensive zone. Hatsy, I completely agree, as Ekin has actually had Eki's number this year in a few 1v1 events. Has another turnover right off the opening draw. He's in. Oh, and he fakes himself out. Eki now. Down, bumped off the puck. Gensel now. 5 minutes remaining in the second. Eki down into the corner to Pavelski. Has the puck to Wheeler. Gensel. Backdoor to Pavelski. Scores. It's all Eki now. 5-1. But I completely agree, Hatsy. Ekin versus Eki would be fantastic. Not to mention Rota D versus Seb would be another great matchup for sure. Obviously, ping issues would make Canada versus Finland tough. But that would be, in terms of skill, that would be the probably the best pairing still left in the tournament. You had Nuke and Josh, considered two of the best top 10 in the world. Good looking out. Must have added the wrong one there. Thank you. Shot on. That doesn't go. Riley rips one from the point. Jones, Kane. Back to Larkin. Oh my goodness. What a passing play. Is Eki just one of the best in terms of vision as well. Eichel with it now. And that'll be a goal. Eki again, under a minute to go in the second. And it's now 18-7 is now Eki looking like he's going to have that 8 goals. At least that he scored throughout every game so far in this tournament. 6 now in this one. Draw win, a minute remaining. As here goes Eki in. Can he get one more? A good stick there. By Venom, though. And Bergeron, a 2-on-1 here for Venom. Oh, and he gets back in time as Eki just unstoppable in every zone so far. And a dominant performance here in that second period. 4 goals for Eki and Finland as they are going to move on against Russia in the semifinals, it appears. Absolutely not fun playing against Eki, no doubt. Again, tomorrow we will have 2 big quarterfinal matchups. It'll be Canada and Slovakia at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. And a shot there will be stopped, and that'll end up in the net as Venom will get one back. Nice goal there. See if he can get another one, as Eki has allowed at least 2 goals in every single game that he's played. We'll see if Venom can get the most against Eki so far. Yeah, big matchups tomorrow again. Yeah, 3 p.m. Eastern time. It'll be Slovakia versus Canada. It'll be my good friends and colleagues here, Nick and Nick and Drew on the call in that matchup. They did a fantastic job in Russia versus Norway earlier today. And they will have that one for you at 3 p.m. I will be on the call here for the English broadcast of Sweden versus the Czech Republic, as that one looks to be sent wide there. And that will take place at 12 p.m. Eastern time. Larkin now. Eki. Will he remain consistent and end his 4th game in this playoff by a score of 8-2? We'll see. Timothy still holding on to hope that just like a 10-goal, an 11-goal outburst here, and the Germans are right back into it. Pietrangelo, Letang, knocked free. Venom, good bump there. And Larkin will get robbed in tight there as Price dominant there. And a power play to Eki. As he gets tripped up there, probably saving another goal. Werenski with it. Eki to Goudreau. On a nice play. Here goes Stamkos. Gets into the zone. That one's stick free. Kessel now. Matthews. 2-on-1 for Eki. Goudreau to Matthews, but a good stick by Venom. Back to the point to Jones. To Werenski. Kessel. Back out in front, and that'll get out of the zone. Goudreau with it now. And that'll be an offside call. 12 minutes remaining in this 3rd period of the final game of Finland versus Germany. Again, I want to thank you guys for hanging out today, as it's been another great series here. And we are that much closer to finding out our IIHF 2020 Esport Fan Champion. As another tripping call here, we'll put Eki right back on the power play. Draw win here for Burns. Venom around the zone. Here's Huberdeau to O'Reilly. Sends that across to Weber. Venom now with it at the point. Down low into the corner. Matthews with it. Mikey, we will be getting an interview with Eki and Timothy after the game. Thank you for asking. Again, that'll be momentarily right after this game. Matthews with it. Sends that across to Jones. Weber now bumped off. O'Reilly. Eki now to Kessel. He scores! 7-2. And 19 goals in the aggregate for Team Finland. Will they hit 20? So far, the only other series that has taken, the only other quarterfinals that has taken place is Russia and Norway, and they scored 15 and 11 goals collectively. Finland looking to hit 20. Scoring 27 in their first series against Great Britain. They had the 2nd most goals in an aggregate series. Only 1 behind first overall Sweden, who had 28 against Italy. Here's Suter from the point. Canada will play tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. I believe right here on the IIHF Hockey Twitch channel. Again, please, guys, go to esports.iihf.com for all of the information in regards to the tournament. You'll see times, scores, stats, all that kind of stuff. It updates live. It's a great website in terms of information if you want to follow along with the tournament. It will be Canada versus Slovakia. It will be Nuke and Josh Fearless taking on Lady Brunette and Phenomen. Here goes Eki now, trying to hit his 8th goal for the 4th straight time. Carlson to Besser. To Pacioretty. Carlson as he works the outside. Carlson again. Back and forth he goes. Suter now to Pavelski. Down to Pacioretty. Yeah, I had mentioned that. He's looking to see if he can get that 4th straight game of 8-2. As he gets in, backdoor play, when Venom says no. Venom looking to be the first player to score 3 goals against Eki in these playoffs. Venom now with it. Pavelski. Carlson. He gets across the line. Here's Eki with Gauss to spare. Backhand play doesn't work. Mackinnon now in the corner. Eichel on the turnover. Back to Larkin and a big block there as that looked like that was labeled. Mackinnon. Turns around. Behind the net. Stops up and a huge hit there. Kane now with it. Over to Eichel. He's tripped up. 2-minute power play for Eki as he again tries to hit his 4th straight game of 8 goals. Can he do it? Add some intrigue to the last minute of this game. Eki off the draw win. Walks out in front to Jones. Doesn't shoot. Backdoor. Oh, he doesn't have that one either. Venom will get that one free. As in this series so far, Eki with a 15-4 goal differential. Venom just trying to kill the clock, but he's going to lose it. Here's Matthews. To Goudreau, back to Matthews. Doesn't have a shot. Now he does, and he just misses the left side there. Eki now with it. Waiting for that one-timer to open up. He doesn't have it, so he resets. Bumped off the puck. Here goes Venom, though, the other way. And he's tripped up. But he still has it. Venom across the hole, but he doesn't get the shot off. And that could have been that 3rd goal against. There's Vibholm, the Denmark representative. Played great in his first round. 8.8 remaining in the 3rd. Draw win for a big shot there. Rebound doesn't go. Big shot there as he's tripped up in 4 seconds with an offensive zone draw. Can Eki do it? Here goes Eki. He's going to have 4 seconds to get his 8th goal. Can he win the draw? He does. Eichel holds it. Can he get it on? Weak shot, and that'll do it. As Eki will take this 4th and final game, 7-2, and move Finland on into the semi-finals. Again, a dominant performance by Eki and Finland overall, as they are going to be the ones that will take on Russia in our first semifinal. We know that that is going to be the case, and again, it was just not much different there, as Eki does win 7-2. I believe he's had 31 goals in four games in this tournament, and he's only given up 8. So, I mean, just a dominant performance here. But, guys, hold tight as we are going to have an interview with Timothy and Eki. I believe Eki will be first. And shout out to the Germans, as obviously they were in tough against one of the most dominant duos in this tournament. But, Timothy taking the first game that Finland's lost so far and beating Roda D by a score 3-2 in that second game of their series. And he really did dominate their series. So props to him. Venom, obviously going to have a tough time with Eki on Xbox, one of the best in the world. And that kind of played out how we thought it was going to play. So again, guys, just hold tight for a little bit. I'm going to get Eki on the phone here and see if we can have a quick interview and see his thoughts as we move into the later parts of our broadcast. So hold tight, guys, and we will be right back. Hey guys, welcome back, and I am joined by Eki of Team Finland. My man, how's it going?
Really good, really good. Excited about the wins.
Obviously. So, yeah, first thing I want to know is how do you feel about your performance so far? Obviously, you didn't sweep this one. Rota did drop one to Timothy, who's a great player. But how do you feel about your performance so far? Are you kind of just, happy with how it's gone, or is it to be what you expected going into this?
Yeah, we got to be happy just by the results, like two round wins, and that's all we can ask for. But I know me and Rota, I know personally, both of us can play better, so I expect maybe better performances gameplay wise in the upcoming games. At least in the final, we have to play better if we want to win.
Fair enough. Now, yeah, you will play Russia in round 3, and obviously with how this the format of this tournament, you can't use USA again. You've already used them in this one. You used Russia in the first round. Is there any chance we see you use Team Finland? Obviously, you guys are the heavy favorite. You use Team Finland in that third round?
No, we can't mess around. We have to use Canada. We were thinking of Finland for round 1, but we didn't decide to go with it.
Fair enough. So, yeah, you heard it here first, folks. They are going to use Team Canada in the third round, as they have managed to save them for that last and final round. And then in the finals, you can use whoever you want. And now, we obviously heard from Josh Fearless's thoughts when Team Canada did win on Finland's run to the finals. Let's hear your thoughts and predictions as to how the other side of the bracket will play out.
I'm expecting Canada and Sweden to be in the semifinal.
All right, so who do you think wins that?
well, it will be interesting to watch. I got to support Sweden.
Yeah, you have to support Sweden. All right, that's fair enough. I'm not gonna lie. Seeing Ekin versus you would be a great storyline. Obviously, you guys have had your matchups this season. He's one of the best young players in our game. So, regardless of who it is, and maybe there's an upset of just monumental proportions, but yeah, it does look like Canada and Sweden will match up against each other. But before go ahead.
Let's say I want Sweden, but I'm expecting Canada to win.
Okay, you want Sweden, but you expect Canada to win. Okay, fair enough. Now, before we leave, man, we do have a pretty big European contingent, watching. Do you want to address them or say anything to them in Finnish here before we get off?
Ei tässä muuta kuin kiitos kaikille kannustamisesta. Todella huikea kokemus mulle ja Rotalle edustaa Suomea. Ihan mahtavaa. Toivottavasti nautitte peleistä. There it is.
I'm going to assume that you were chirping Josh Fearless that entire time. So, all right, man, thank you for joining us, and fantastic job in this event. Guys, stay here. Stay right here, guys. We will have an interview with Timothy from Team Germany coming up in just a minute or so. And, yeah, thanks again, Eki, for doing this interview.
Yeah, thanks.
Take it to it.
All right, guys, welcome back. I am with Timothy from Team Germany. My man, you played a great series there. You were able to take, the first game from Finland so far when you defeated Rota D. I scored 3-2 in that second game. Thoughts on the tournament so far? Obviously it's disappointing you're out, but give me your thoughts on how the tournament has gone and what you expected from it.
It's been a great experience and an honor to play in the tournament, and especially then to go up against some of best European players in Vipholm and Rotadi, and obviously Eki played in that series as well. So it's been a pleasure to play in the tournament, and I think we gave our best, and unfortunately we couldn't advance, but we're still happy with that.
No, absolutely. Like I said, man, you played great in both of the series you played. You had to play Vibholm from Denmark in that first one. He's a fantastic player as well. So you definitely held your own in this. Let's hear now. Obviously, Team Germany is no longer in the tournament, but who do you? Let's get your predictions on some of how the other semifinalists will go, or who do you think will meet in the finals for this event?
I'm pretty confident that Finland will beat Russia, and on the other half, the bracket it will be, as Eki said, Sweden against Canada, I think, and I'm hoping also for Sweden to win. Ekin is a great player, Sebbe Larsson is a great player. I love these guys, and Canada obviously has great players as well. But and so that should be a good series. But I'm hoping Sweden will get out on top.
No, absolutely. And who do you think takes home the finals?
I gotta go with Finland. I think they're just a great team, and Eki usually he didn't win every tournament this year maybe, but he's still a terrific player, and play against him a lot in sixes. I'm not really that much of a 1v1 player, so just a great guy, and would be happy if they win. But if it's Sweden with Finland in the finals, I would be happy if either team wins.
No, absolutely, man. Well, I want to thank you for doing this interview, man. Again, you guys did fantastic into this event so far, and getting into the second round is really impressive. Obviously, going up against Finland is going to be a tough task no matter what. So thank you again for doing this interview, man, and good luck the rest of the year. And guys, we'll stick with me real quick. We'll take a quick break, and we'll wrap things up here for day one of the quarterfinals. Sorry, guys. Man, I gotta forget to keep muting it. We will. Here is the currently updated bracket. Again, we kind of thought that this is how it would go when we saw the bracket in terms of Finland moving on. They will play Russia in the one semi-final, and then tomorrow we are going to see who the other representatives are. It'll be Canada and Slovakia. The winner of that will take on Sweden and Germany. Or sorry, Sweden and the Czech Republic in the other one. The winner of those two will face the winners of Russia and Finland later on in our finals. So again, guys, I want to thank you for hanging out with me today. Tomorrow, I will be back, and we will be covering Sweden versus the Czech Republic. Again, that will be at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, right here, I believe, on the IIHF Hockey Twitch channel. And then at 3 p.m., it will be Nick and Drew on the call, as Canada will take on Slovakia at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. And for all the information, guys, in regards to the tournament, you want to follow along all of that, make sure you're following this Twitch channel. But esports.iihf.com is where you can locate everything, and it's a fantastic website, updated almost immediately in terms of scores and whatnot, so make sure you're following along there. And I want to thank everyone again for tuning in today, and we will see you guys tomorrow for the other quarterfinal matchups in the IIHF 2020 Esports Fan Championships. Have a good one.
Take it, take it,